So coming in at number one, as in most important, and card that I think everyone should buy now, is a Camille Sunglazer. So she's a legendary, so just please note that you won't be able to use her in tournaments, but just in terms of climbing the ladder board, she can help you accelerate further than pretty much anyone, because she's a 3 mana cost dragon summoner. So if it was silent summoners, you basically could just use her compared to any of the other rare ones. The other thing is because she's a legendary, she automatically just a level 1 covers you for bronze, and then you would need 3 of them to basically cover you for silver. And for $5 that's basically a steal, because for $5 you basically have a maxed out bronze deck. Some of the rare summoners are cheaper to get 4 of them to make a level 1 or to make a level 2 in order to be suitable for bronze. Because you only need 1 of her, and because she's a dragon, she can basically help all of your other decks. So if you don't want to invest into all the untamed summoners and you just get a dragon summoner, but you still then have higher level monsters in, like, say, death or life, you can still just use her, and then she'll carry those decks further. And yeah, basically that's why you get her. She's super strong, -1 melee damage, and in low levels like bronze, people flood the board with melee damage because not everyone has, like, magic damage is actually pretty hard to come by. So it's pretty much just melee damage and archer damage in like low level bronze games. Okay, coming in at number 2, and that's a dragon scale. And she's got slightly worse mana, but her effect is much better. So +1 for your whole team is much better than a -1 for the whole enemy team. But she does cost 1 more mana, and then the other disadvantage she has is the fact that she's got the older border, which means that once the packs sell out and Chaos Legion comes out, she will then be retired, and you can only use her in wild format as well as on your land to farm. However, I still recommend you pick one up. Like in terms of price, you can get one for $7.5 or $7.7 for level 3. A level 3 basically carries you into silver, so this is basically a max silver summoner. And then there's also just an additional benefit. Like if you were to play her at level 2, which is basically the qualification for bronze. If you remember, bronze is 3, 2, 2, 1. But because she's an epic summoner, and epics can basically force rares to be level 3, you can play level 3 rares in bronze, and it basically just overrides the game that way. So you can have higher level rare minions in the game because of the summoner, as well as just the fact that if you look at the +1 that you get from her, and you were to compare it to another +1 legend summoner, but if you compare her +1 to another +1, and you compare prices, it's almost outrageous. So if you were to buy, let's say, a level 2 one that you would want in order to play it in bronze, you'd be looking at $15, and that's kind of sad and ridiculous. Okay, so going on to number 3. Number 3 is a card that I think all beginners should get. It's only cost 20 cents, so it's a steal. It's a reward card. I own one. It's a Sandworm. And the reason the Sandworm's so good is just even though it's like bronze and it's low mana games, most of the time you will occasionally get those fat 99 mana games. And when you do, there's nothing better than a Sandworm in position 3 or 4. Even though he's got slow speed, he's got pretty much the highest damage in bronze. And you'll just see him a lot, and he's a great card to have, and you won't regret owning one. You'll definitely use him a lot, I can guarantee you that. Coming in at number 4 is a Prismatic Energy. It's a little bit more situational, but if you own it, you basically almost win that situation 99% of the time. And that situation is for when you play no melee matches. You plop this in, it's got 1 damage, it's got lots of HP, and it's got Magic Reflect. And that Magic Reflect is so important, because if they play no melee, it doesn't matter if they water, fire, earth, life, you know that they will have to play magic cards. Because, unless stated otherwise, you can't put archer units in position 1. So position like 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 will all be magic cards. When you play this game, you only have Alvin Mystic as well as an Enchanted Pixie, and it depends on the Splinter, but there's not too many magic options actually, which is really, really sad. Like, Life has 0, Death has 1 Death Elemental but 2 HP. So you just need a magic minion that does a lot of damage, and by having Magic Reflect, you basically guarantee that you win no melee matchups 99% of the time. And then just coming in at number 5 is Legendary Monsters. So last time I recommended Epic Monsters, I still recommend Epic Monsters over Legendary Monsters. So if you haven't got most or some of the Epic Monsters, definitely get more of them, because in Bronze you still can't use Legendary Monsters or Legendary Summoners as well in Bronze, but in terms of just climbing Bronze leaderboard as well as getting enough points to click into Silver, you need some legendaries. And there's some really important ones, and the most important one that I would recommend to you for $8 is something like a Kron. I think, like, if you were to unpack an Almo Cambiano, just sell it and then buy a Kron. Like, for $8, he's worth it. He's untamed, he heals, he does high damage, he's a high tank. You just drop him to position 2 in your Earth decks and you'll win most of your games. There of course are other legendaries to get, and I don't know what type of decks you're buying, but yeah, those are like the 5 cards I'd advise anyone to get next. Let me know in the comments what you think and how we can improve. Cheers.
Fuck it, it's mine.
So please like and subscribe and let me know in the comments what you want me to do next. And if you're a new player, please use the promo code and I will happily send you the $0.5 back to you. It just lets me know that people are watching and using the promo, and I'm helping new players join the community. Also, if you find me on the Discord, just pop me a message. I'll happily delegate any of the new players some power.